most of us come from INLEO, right? We have the Leo token, we have Leo power. We want Leo to grow overall. And one of the biggest gripes has been Leo's hard to get. You can't buy it on an exchange. You have to get Hive, and then you convert that to Swap Hive, and then you eventually get Leo. But now it's easy. You can get Leo right now with Bitcoin, Rune, Dash, Kuji, whatever asset you have in your wallet. You can go swap that for Leo right now on LeoDex. It's never been easier to get Leo. And also, if you're not in the LeoDash Cacao pool and you have some liquid assets, if you believe in Leo as a whole and you believe in decentralized exchanges as a whole, there's no reason to not throw a little bit of capital into that pool, because you're betting on Leo growing and you're betting on Cacao growing. Both of those have insane upside potential. This is not financial advice. I'm just saying the upside potential is insane. You might as well make some APR off the swap fees while you're being early and everybody else is sleeping and sitting on Leo Power or sitting on Hive or sitting on HBD. Why not be the first mover? Sorry, had to go on a little tangent there.
No, you're totally right.
Makes sense. If you think about it, taking early bets, that's how you win big. Or when they do win, there's no guarantee they win, but you're not getting outsized gains on anything if you're not early. And, with that comes risk. And I can say one thing. In 8 years now of being in crypto, I think I'm 1 month away from my 8-year anniversary of crypto. My biggest regret is not taking early risks in terms of, jumping on coins before they were proven and gambling. Because, yeah, I might be wrong 9 times, but it won't matter because the one time I'm right is an outsized gain that puts me in a better place than just grinding into established things exclusively. So just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying.
There's a lot of ways to, sorry, I'll be quick. There's a lot of ways to contribute to the growth of Leo, and we're talking about pooling, and that's really important as well. A much smaller way that you can also contribute is to actually gift out premium and convince people to be premium. Because what you're doing is, let's say that Taskmaster gifts premium to a new, like a Hive user that's kind of new to Leo. He gifts them premium. That 10 HBD that Taskmaster uses to gift that person premium gets added to the Leo Cacao pool. So, like I said, 5 HBD buys Cacao, 10 HBD worth of Leo and Cacao enters the Leo Cacao liquidity pool through that Leo pool address that I shared. And it gets added as permanent liquidity that never leaves that pool. So by Taskmaster actually building the INLEO platform by getting a new user onboarded, giving them premium, which gives them more of an incentive to be active, he's also simultaneously building up LeoDex and building up the Leo Cacao liquidity pool, which is good for the Leo tokenomics. So it's like there are so many ways that you can contribute to building this ecosystem. And I think there's a lot of ways that are maybe less intuitive, like what I just described, in terms of like gifting out premium or convincing other people to become premium. So if you guys hear me hammering on this idea of I want to see more premiums, I want to see 1,000 premiums, there's a very clear reason why I'm kind of hammering on that. And that's because I can see the flywheel value down the road of like 1,000 premiums. Just having $10,000 being added to that liquidity pool every single month that never leaves the pool is really incredible to think about. Task said I'm really passive aggressive. Yeah, my real point is that Taskmaster should be out there gifting premiums left and right. But my point is building these flywheels is just super important, and the total liquidity in Leo Cacao right now is around 100K. So if we had 1,000 premiums right now, that would be 10% of the entire pool growing every single month. So it's just, there's a lot of ways to contribute, and you don't just have to take your own capital and liquidity pool it. What was my kind of general point.
So to grease the wheel on that, because I was just literally like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll get squirrely and donate a premium membership to someone. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I only have 2 HVD liquid at this very moment. And you're going to love this because it just means more work and more things. Is there going to be an option at any point to purchase premium with tokens besides HBD?
That's a good question. I mean, right now I don't see a reason why, to be honest.
I mean, I'll give you a reason right now. If I could just use straight Leo, I could gift someone, I can gift multiple people premium right now on the spot because I have some liquid Leo, but I don't have liquid HVD. So there's an example.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think collecting it as a stable coin has a lot of value because when you go to the store, you're not spending your Bitcoin to buy something in most cases.
No, listen,
You're spending
I
your
agree with you.
dollars. So
I
it's
agree.
not necessarily the best transactional currency. And then the other thing I would say is when HBD is integrated into LeoDex, maybe we'll start to see more people say, okay, I've got, I don't have any HBD, but I've got 25 USDC on Arbitrum. Let me go to LeoDex and convert that to 25 HBD instantaneously for very low fees. And now you've got 25 HBD. So I do see the point of what you're saying is making it easier to buy premiums. But I do think
I mean, it'd be more.
there's value in having a transactional currency, I guess is my point.
No, 100%. And then you don't have to deal with currency translations and all that because it's like, all right, how much Leo is worth $10 right now? And,
Exactly.
like it locks it in, and then it's like, your quote is good for the next 2 minutes.
Right.
It's definitely robust and it's a lot more back end stuff. But it was a question worth asking because obviously, um, that whole ease of use in terms of being able to purchase premium, which leads into other questions people have that are not new. And it's just like, if ever will we be able to auto renew premium? And then obviously there's the ever long question of annual membership, which it would be nice, but if there's auto renew, then I don't even care about annual membership.
Well, I think technically there's a way to do auto renewal. The problem is that since you're on a blockchain, it's just different. It's not like we can just like put your credit card in and say,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
now you're on auto renewal for
On the
premium.
transaction.
There are ways to pre-sign transactions. So there actually is a way to do automatic HBD transfers. Shit. So a little coffee.
Yeah, because you can do
but then
you can do that with your savings.
right. So there is a way to do auto renewals. That being said, I think yearly has a much better value proposition to it. And that is going to be the thing that we do next. So I would say yearly is probably adding a yearly subscription option is probably going to happen in June.
I was going to say this a minute ago, and it kind of left my mind. In regard to adding liquidity to LeoDex Cacao, to bring it back to that just for a second, because I forgot to say this. People are really quick to say you're early and lucky, but people are also really quick to say, oh, I don't want to research that new thing. I don't want to use that new thing. I've got what I'm used to. So if you're one of those people that are quick to say, oh, you were lucky for getting involved with this cool new thing, or you were lucky to be there early, why don't you take a look at your current situation? You could really easily be one of those people that's quote unquote lucky to be here early, and all you did was move some capital that was sitting in your wallet collecting dust or not collecting anything and put it into a liquidity pool that has upside. That was my conclusion to my tangent earlier about funding the flywheel. And like Cal said, there's a bunch of ways to fund the flywheel. If you don't know what the flywheel is, it's kind of the heart of this whole ecosystem. Yeah, so if you're not funding it, start funding it. Fund the flywheel. That's my PSA.
I feel like they could turn into a meme.
It could definitely turn into a meme. I think Simple Game was on it. Simple Game was on it pretty hard for a couple days. I think it kind of died off.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted by tasks comments. The vodka just kicked in, Cat. Yes.
I was
yesterday
listening,
that'd be true.
And I've got a meme. If you're not funding the flywheel, you're fudding it.
Ooh.
I got you.
Ooh. Sick burn. If you're not funding the flywheel, you're fudding the flywheel. Don't be a fudder. Be a funder.
We need to turn this into an ad.
I mean, not a bad idea.
I think people in general are kind of losing perspective a little bit. We are INLEO is an under $2 million market cap company that has two front ends, one for Hive, one for Maya. We have a blogging section, a community section, a tweets section. There's so much to do. The flywheel is in place. It's just waiting for the Lions to fund it. or FUD, however you prefer. And you know, if you look at any other project under 2 million market cap on Ethereum, on Solana, on Injective, wherever you want to look at, they only have concepts. They don't even have MVPs, or they don't even have rough drafts or alpha application out. Like any project under $2 million only has an idea and a community rallying behind. We already are like if I assess how advanced INLEO as a company is in terms of comparing you offer and your market cap, we probably have a $150 million market cap product that already works, that already has users, that already has features, a flywheel in place, volume, holders, etc., etc. So do not lose perspective on that part. I want to buy more Leo, but it would be irresponsible from my side to put all my eggs in one basket, even though I know that basket is going to explode. But I would just say I would stop the circle jerk right now. Let's just talk about how cool INLEO is. But just think about that. Any other project that you try to buy that's under $2 million has nothing. We already have everything. We only need to fund the flywheel.